Hello everyone, hope you're all doing great. So I'm Saranya and in this video we are going to learn about solving problems on joins. Okay, so this is the beginner level where we'll solve very simple questions using joins. Okay, so I will not tell you which type of join to use. You yourself has to figure out which join to use for this particular question. Okay, and then I'll be revealing the answer to you. Right, so let me share my screen, and if you're someone who's new to this channel, I have the link to the tables and the questions inside the Google Docs file that is present in the description box. Okay, so if you go to the description box, check the Google Docs link, you'll be able to find the code to run all the tables and also the questions that we are solving in this video. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so if you see my screen, this is the beginner level where we'll be solving 12 questions. Okay, so this is basically understanding basic relationships, matching records and null handling, right? So first we have the database, which is SQL underscore joins underscore practice, which you see this database we are using. Okay, tables are the customers table, departments table, employees table and orders table. So these are the 4 different tables that we will use. Okay, so let's clear this output, right? So now first, in order to enter to the SQL join practice database, you always have to write use SQL underscore joins underscore practice. Okay, so what this will do, it will let you into the database that we want. After this, you have to check out the tables first, right? So you have the employees table and the departments table. So now you have to check out what is inside each of these tables. So you will write select star from employees, again select star from departments. Okay, so now you have 2 tables. The first table is the employees table where you will have the employee ID, name, salary, manager ID, department ID. Okay, then you have the departments table where you have the department ID, department name and the location. So these are the 2 tables that you have. If you see here, the department ID is present in the departments table and it's also present in the employees table. Okay, so this is the basic setup that we need. Okay, so now question number 1 is that retrieve a list of all employees along with their assigned department name. Okay, so the first question, retrieve a list of all employees along with their assigned department name. Okay, so the output structure they are telling employee ID, employee name, department name. Okay, so if you see in this employees table, you have the employee ID. Correct. You have the employee name, which is fine. Then comes the department name, which is not present here. It is present in a different table called departments. From there, if you have to bring here, what you will do, you have to perform a join. And using which column you will join? Department ID from departments table, department ID from the employees table. So you will use both of these columns and then join. And which kind of join you have to do, that will be answered here. Okay, include only employees who belong to an active department. What does an active department mean? That particular employee should be part of some department. If you see in this one, you have the department IDs for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 employees. But for 6th person, it is showing as null, which means he is not assigned to any department currently. So we do not need these kind of records. Okay. And if you go to departments table, you have 101, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you think bringing 104 and 5 will be useful for us? No, right? Because there is no employee ID, no employee name. What will you do by bringing this one? Right? So in this case, what you will do? You will perform an inner join because it will only include the employees who belong to an active department. Okay. So now the importance that we are giving is for the employees' names. Employee ID and employee name, we are giving more importance to that. Department name is something that we are adding to them. Okay. So to do an inner join, what we have to do? First, write the select statement as usual. Then take all of the columns that they are asking. Okay, so the columns are employee underscore ID, which is this one, employee name, which is this one, and the department underscore name, which is this column. Okay, so now from which table, since it's an inner join, you can use any table name first and any one second. So I will just put the employees table. Now I'll give an alias to this table as E. Okay, and then I'll put the keyword join because since it's an inner join, just write the word join. Now the second table name, which is the departments table. This will be aliased as D. On what condition? From employee table, pick the column department underscore ID and then try to match that with the departments table, department underscore ID column. Once there is a match, give all the records. Okay, so if you run, what will happen? You will get the employee ID, employee name, and wherever the employees are assigned a department, only those records will be coming as your output. So now you're using a inner join to write this code. Okay, so this is how they'll be asking in your interviews. Okay, so now let's go to the second question. Okay, second one, find all orders along with the name of customer who placed them. Okay, so whenever you are seeing a question, just try to pause that video and try it for yourself, then come back for the output. And also please guess which type of join I'm going to use here. Okay, so now you have to find all orders along with the name of the customer who placed them. Okay, so we need the order underscore ID, amount, and the customer name. So what are the tables that we have here? We have the employees and orders table, customers and departments table. So for this, we are using the orders table and the customers table. Okay, so now let's see what's inside this table. Select star from orders, select star from customers. Okay, in real-time scenarios, you will have thousands of tables inside a database. You have to figure out where this data is coming from, which tables will have this data. Okay, so try to make that a habit to find out the tables and then, understanding which ones to bring these from, right? So if I run in the orders table, we have the order ID, order date, amount, and customer underscore ID. In the customers table, I have the customer ID, customer name, and city, which means orders table and customers table have this customer underscore ID column in common. Okay, so now you have to find these columns first. Okay, so what you will do, just write the select statement and paste the column names first. Okay, now you have to find them. Ensure that guest orders with no associated customer record are also listed in the output. Okay, so what does guest order means? Something that do not have a customer record. Let's say 504. Okay, so do you have a customer ID for 504? No, right? We don't have a customer ID for 504. So these are called your guest orders. They are telling you have to ensure that guest orders are also listed in the output. Okay, in that case, can you use a inner join? No, because inner join will eliminate this row totally because there is no customer ID itself, right? Because you have 10 and 20. If you see here, only 10 and 20 will come because inner join will match the cases wherever both of the values are matching. So only 10, 20 will be coming here. 30 and 40 will not be coming, and this record also won't be coming. So for this, we have to use something called as the left join. Okay. So now you write the table name, and which table is more important to us? We need the order ID. Order table is more important to us because you're getting the order ID from this one, amount from this one, and for this particular customer ID, you are just trying to give the customer name. Okay, so the more importance is given to the orders table. So this will be my main table. Okay, so from orders table, I'll name this as O. Then I'll do a left join with which table? Customers table. I'll rename this as C. On what condition? From O table, take the customer underscore ID and match that with the C table, customer underscore ID. Okay, so now let us see. Right, so now if you run this code, what will happen? You will get all the records. Okay, so now you can see that ensure the guest orders are also listed in the output. So this is a guest order. That particular customer doesn't have a name, but still that is coming in the output because we are using a left join. Okay, so this is the output for your second question. Okay, so now let's go to the third question. Here what they are saying, display all customers and any order details they have placed. Okay, so the output structure should be like customer underscore name, city, order ID, amount. Okay, so now let us just run these two tables which we already have. Okay, I'm sure for this also we'll be using the orders table and the customers table. So if we run this, what will happen? In the orders table, you have the order ID, order date, amount, and customer ID. Okay, so in the customers table, you have the customer ID, customer name, and city. Now what they are asking, they need the customer name, city, which means customer name is coming from here, city is coming from here, then order ID and amount, order underscore ID and amount are coming from here. Okay, Now, which kind of join you have to use? What is your main table? That you have to understand by reading the question. So they are asking display all customers and any order details they have placed, which means customers is my main table. To that table, bring all the order details if they placed anything. So my customers table is the main table. Ensure that customers who have not placed any orders yet are still shown in the output. Okay, if suppose my customer is not placing the order, then also I should show the output. Okay, so let's say in the orders table, we do not have a customer ID like 30 and 40, we do not have, right? But still these also should come. When will they come? If you perform inner join, will they come? No, they won't come. Either you can do a left join and make this as your base table and join the orders table to that. Or you can perform a right join and this will be your main table and this orders will become your left table. Okay, so I'll show you how to write the code in both the ways. First, do write a select statement, then bring all the columns they are asking here. Okay, from which table, if I'm performing the left join, then this will become my, customers will become my main table. Okay, so from customer space C, then do a left join with the orders space O on what condition? C dot customer underscore ID equals to O dot customer underscore ID. Okay, so now if I run, what will happen? I will get all the customer names and which city they are present in, what is their order IDs and the amount. So Amit and Sneha did not place any orders, but still we are getting their order names in the output because they have asked this clearly. Ensure that customers who have not placed any orders still shown in the output. So these two people have not placed any orders, but still they are coming in the output. Okay, so if you see here in this table, right? So Amit and Sneha, 30 and 40. So 30 and 40 you don't see here, right? Which means they did not place any order. Okay, so for the same code, if you want to perform a right join, what you will do? You will just take the entire code, paste it here, and then change the customers to orders. And this will be O. And left join, instead of left join, you will make this as right join. And you will get this as customers and this will be C. Okay. So if I run, now I'll see all the output is exactly same whatever we have here. Okay, so let me run both of them. Okay, so here the records are same, here also the records are same, which means if you take the left join and reverse the column names and make the left to right, then also output will look the same. Okay, so this is the left join and right join. You can use any of them. Okay, so now fourth question. Retrieve all department names and the employees working under them. Okay, so now you have to give the output as department name, employee name. Only two columns they want. So always write the select statement first and whatever the column names they are asking, put it here. Okay, now you have to retrieve all departments names and the employees working under them. Okay, ensure departments without any assigned employees are preserved in the results. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's bring the tables. Okay, so let's bring the tables here. Question number 4. Right. Okay, so now they are telling that retrieve all department names. So HR, engineering, marketing, finance, and sales. Okay, so from which table we have to take, since they are telling that you have to preserve the results for departments without any assigned employees, which means department name is the main column that they are looking for. So departments, then perform a left join with the table called as the employees table. On what condition? This will be renamed as D. For this, we'll put it as E. So this is called as an alias. So alias for departments is D, employees is D. On what condition? D dot department underscore ID equals to E dot department underscore ID. Okay, so now if I run, what will happen? I will get all the department names and all the employees. So wherever there are no employees assigned, those are also preserved. Okay, so this is the fourth question. Okay, so let's go to the fifth one. Generate a list pairing every single customer with every single department to check all the potential regional combinations. Okay, so they are expecting customer name and department name. So first, this is customer name, not the employee name. Okay, so customer name will come from the customers table. So Select star from customers. If you run this, what will happen? You will get all the customer names: Rahul, Priya, Amit, and Sneha. Then they want the department name. So you also do a select star from departments. Okay. So now if you run, what will happen? You'll get all the department names. So they want to see every single customer with every single department. Okay, to check all the potential regional combinations. In this case, what you have to do, we have to do a cross join, because they are asking the pairing for every single customer and the department. And also, if you run both of these tables, you have the department ID, department name, location, customer ID, customer name, city. Do you have any common column between these two? I know we have location, but that is not the common column, right? So there is no common column, but still if we have to join, what you will do, we'll use a cross join. Okay, since they want every single customer with every single department. Okay, so now select, you only want the customer underscore name and the department underscore name from the column name is DEPT underscore name. From any table you can write first and second. From customers, join departments. That's all. Okay, you will not write any condition because this is a cross join we are performing. If you run this, we can see now you see all the employees are getting combined with all the department names, right? So all the combinations are coming. So now if you can check here, you have how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows in departments. Then you have in customers 4 rows. So 5 into 4, 20. So total 20 records will come when you perform a join. Okay, so these are the pairings that we have for both the tables. Okay, so this is your fifth one. Then you have the sixth one. Generate a matrix showing every possible pairing between employees and orders for auditing. Expected output structure, employee name, order ID. Okay, same thing that we have done before, right? So select employee underscore name. Then you have the order underscore ID. From which tables, if you see here, you have the orders table, employees table, right? So select star from employees, select star from orders. Okay, so if you run both of these, now you can see this is the orders table. They want the order ID column from this. Then they have the employees table. From this, they want the employee name. So how many records we have here? 6 records here and 4 records here. So total 24 records has to come, because they are asking generate a matrix showing every possible pairing between employees and orders. So all the possible combinations will come from performing the cross join. So you have to select the employee name, order ID from employees table, then join it with the orders table. Okay, so that's it. We do not need any on keyword and all. Okay, so now you are seeing all the 24 combinations where we have all the possible combinations listed. Okay, so this is your sixth one. Right, so these are the first 6 questions we have in part 1. The video is getting too long, so we'll do the next 6 in the next video. Okay, so please do subscribe and stay tuned so that you do not miss any videos from my side. Thanks for watching. Bye.